It's 8 p.m. in Tokyo. Welcome to Newsline. I'm Michio Kijima with the news at this hour. Tokyo Electric Power Company says water may be leaking from breaches in the #1 reactor at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, causing a sharp drop in the water level in the reactor. The company says the fuel rods are still being cooled, but it will have to review its schedule for bringing the plant under control. Tokyo Electric sent workers into the #1 reactor building to adjust the reactor's water gauge. The utility had suspected that the gauge was not working properly because the water level has not risen despite the daily injection of 150 tons of water. On Thursday morning, it was found that the water level was more than 1 meter below the point where the bottom of the fuel rods should be. The water is believed to be leaking out into the containment vessel. Tokyo Electric Power Company says the temperature at the bottom of the reactor is between 100 and 120 degrees Celsius, suggesting that the fuel rods have slipped downward and are being cooled in the water below. The company says it'll now have to review its ongoing procedure of filling the containment vessel with water to cool the reactor. It says it will announce a new plan on Tuesday of next week when it unveils a revised schedule for containing the emergency. Highly radioactive water was found leaking into the sea from the nuclear plant on Wednesday. In addition, it has now been revealed that the contaminated water levels in the #3 reactor turbine building were already alarmingly high by Sunday. TEPCO plugged the leak with the concrete when it discovered highly radioactive water flowing into the sea through a pit. Radioactive cesium 620,000 times the government's safety limit was detected in the leaking water. The contaminated water was streaming from an electrical conduit. The leak is thought to have come from pooled water in the turbine building of the #3 reactor. TEPCO says it found that the wastewater levels in the facility had risen by Sunday. On Sunday, to a point where leakage was feared. The company says it does not know when the leak began, but it will look into whether the monitoring water level was adequate. The problem raises questions about the utility's ability to prevent such leaks. TEPCO is planning to soon begin transferring radioactive water accumulated in the turbine building to a provisional storage facility. It is now checking for other possible leaks. Tube Electric Power Company says it will begin work Friday to halt the operations of 2 of the reactors at Hamaoka nuclear power plant in central Japan. The plant's operator on Monday agreed to a request from Prime Minister Naoto Kan to suspend reactors #4 and 5. Kan cited the risk that the plant in Shizuoka Prefecture could be damaged by the major earthquake that is projected for the region. The utility says it will start work to shut down the #4 reactor at 3:30 a.m. on Friday and the #5 reactor at 1:20 a.m. Saturday. It says the process to halt power generation will take 7 to 8 hours and that the reactors will be cooled and completely halted after another 24 hours or so. The company says it expects the entire process to be finished by Sunday. With the shutting down of the 2 reactors, all 5 reactors at the Hamaoka plant will be out of operation. 2 months after Japan's massive earthquake and tsunami, things still haven't returned to normal for food suppliers and consumers. The disaster hit the country's fisheries industry hard. The impact is easy to see at Japan's biggest and oldest fresh food market in Tokyo. Tsukiji Market is more than 180 kilometers away from the southern part of the disaster-hit Tohoku region. Before March 11th, fresh seafood from this area had been sent to Tsukiji by truck. But after the tsunami destroyed more than 250 ports in Tohoku, the supply of seafood from the region has been all but cut off. Wholesale prices are volatile and supplies are hard to predict. Government officials are checking seafood for radiation because of the problems at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, and they say what's being sold at the Tsukiji market is safe. But consumers are still worried, so sales are dwindling. Hiroki Yajima reports.
The Tsukiji market is known as Tokyo's kitchen. 1,900 tons of seafood come in and out of this building every day. But prices have been unstable since March 11th, mostly because the devastated Tohoku region used to account for 20% of the fish sold here. Hiroyuki Iijima is a wholesaler. He's worried because the supply shortage has pushed up prices. He is paying 1.5 times the normal price for tuna. Supplies are completely unpredictable. The price of salmon roe has shot up $6 or $7 per kilo, and Iijima's stock is running out fast. Tests in Tokyo have not detected unsafe levels of radiation in seafood, so wholesalers here have complete confidence in what they are selling. But consumers are increasingly worried about contamination. This market used to be a popular destination for Chinese tourists, but even they've stopped coming. Iijima says his sales have dropped by more than 30%.
I wouldn't recommend children to eat seafood.
The shortage of seafood will lead to price increases. I don't know how long this situation will last, so I worry about stable fish stocks in the future.